gets busy. So I guess I want to focus a little bit more on college itself.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure at some point someone will watch this that wants to go to college for music
Sure.
production or any of those other things you just listed.
Yeah.
What really was the biggest thing that made you pick MTSU for that? And then how do you feel like you progressed over time through college? Maybe like excluding the end of it where you just felt burnt out and COVID-y and all that. Like what's the good times you took from it and what did you really learn?
So part of me really wanted to go to a public school, a state school.
Yeah.
Because of the people that I would interact with. Like I wanted to meet new and different people and be changed by them in a way. And the reason I chose MTSU was really because of their facilities. I mean, they had some, for me, it was the best facilities I'd ever seen. I'd never been in a studio like that.
Yeah.
And it looked really legit. And it was. They had some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I can have access to these studios, I will become a better musician and creator. Which isn't necessarily the case. There's a lot you can do with a Focusrite, Scarlett 2i2, or whatever in your bedroom. And there's tons of people on the internet that have become prolific artists just making stuff.
Absolutely.
At home.
I feel like most new artists probably start in their bedroom or living room doing something along these lines, which is so cool.
100%. I mean, like Billie Eilish.
With Phineas, yeah.
Phineas, yeah. They started doing GarageBand.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely. I might have made that up, but I'm pretty positive. There's a guy named David, I think.
DV, yeah.
But he does.
I know him.
He does all his stuff at home.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of examples that I can't think of right now, but those two are some pretty prime ones.
But on the flip side of that, I think there is definitely an importance to going to like a professional studio and actually having that experience and learning what that's like.
For sure.
Because even though it might not be as common as it used to be, that's still where a ton of legendary artists and bands have recorded and how it's been done for a long time, and you learn the techniques. Like I've been in a pretty legit studio recently too in Greenville, and I've just learned a ton just from seeing what he does and how he's there. So definitely these days being in your home and recording and doing your own thing is awesome, but I think there's also just so much utility you get from actually going to a studio, which was probably more so where your head was at the time.
Yeah.
Might have been some like shiny object syndrome too, but maybe like a mix of that, would you
really,
say?
Really nice microphones.
Yeah.
I mean, also like from that, you know, there's a point to be said about the professors that are there. They're all incredible people, except maybe like one or two that are gen eds, which everyone
We won't talk about them. I'm gonna dox them.
But no,
Just a joke.
Absolutely not. The school that I was in, the college that I was in, not the university, but the college, the recording studio arts. It was a recording industry. You had songwriting degree, and then you also had a music management, which was kind of cool. It was like 3 separate degrees that they just saw over.
Yeah.
Those professors were awesome. A lot of them had long careers in Nashville or like other large areas like Memphis or something like that, where music was a large portion, or like music was the most significant addition to the culture in those cities. Like they had jobs and they existed within that niche and biome during some pretty incredible times for music. So I learned a lot from them.
Yeah.
And I attribute a lot of that knowledge to them. I'm the type of person that likes to learn from people. I don't like to I mean, I can, but I don't love to go on YouTube and learn something for myself. I'm getting to the point where I think I'm like 25 now and I have to do more of that.
Yeah.
And I'm okay doing more of that. Older folks like to teach younger folks, and I'm getting older. So I need to start learning stuff to teach, right? But yeah, the people and the facilities. That's
made a huge difference.
Yeah, that was the main reason. So I think there's definitely an argument for trying it out. At the end of the day, I think where I would have ended up and what I realized in my 7th semester, and which is ultimately the reason I don't have the piece of paper today, is it's just a piece of paper. And if you spent that same amount of time going to your local studio and trying to get involved,
Yeah.
you would be just as good as I was, if not better off in what I had learned versus what you would learn practically, right?
And you could spend a couple $1,000 actually like being like going to a producer and saying, hey, like let me study under you and really learn instead of
24.
bankrupting your future, which I did it too, so I get it.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. Yeah. And I guess in a more specific way, like did the classes kind of start more like musical as like education and kind of learning about compression and EQ? Like did they just jump you right in?
Some of it, yeah.
Okay.
Some of it was like, yeah, it was kind of a mix all around the board. And you kind of just got like more advanced as you moved up in your years or semesters or, you know, from a 1,000 level class to a 4,000 level class. But kind of like
that progression, I guess.
It's just very introductory to all these different subjects, but I had history of the recording industry. I had a class that was called Digital Audio Tech, which studied Pro Tools and how to use a recording DAW or a digital audio workstation. For those of you that are unfamiliar, I know that Adam is. Pro Tools is the industry standard, or was at least for a long time. I don't know if it is anymore.
It's not what I use, so who cares?
Yeah, exactly. I don't use it anymore. And then I took an advanced level class of that same class, Digital Audio Tech, like 2 or whatever it was. Later on, there was like a live sound class where we had a cool like cafe that was on campus, and it used to be like a dinner hall or something like that. And they turned it into like a Subway. And then they left the rest of it for one of my professors, Frank Baird, Frank Baird is an amazing person. He is the one person that I will call out from JSU in a non-negative way. He's amazing. His favorite phrase was, "Life is good. Life is good." He said it all the time. Yeah. Does that sound? What says? You see that sibilance? Yeah, sibilance. It's a little boomy in the mic. A little boomy in the mic. Yeah. Life is good. We turn it down.
Like the turtle from Finding Nemo.
Turn it down.
Life
Like soul patch.
Yeah.
He had a soul patch. Gray spiky hair. Like he was the shit in the 90s. And I mean that like he probably was. He was a cool dude. He was my live sound. We had like some kind of signals and systems class with him or something like that, where we learned about waveforms and how audio travels and how different rooms and how acoustics work. We didn't like go into a full acoustician like syllabus, but it was, we touched on all these things, all these physical properties of a room that can affect how your sound is captured. Mics, speakers, all this stuff. He was also my live sound professor, like I was saying. And so we were in this cafe. That's where the class was held. And I can't remember when I had it. I think it was after, like right when we came back from COVID, when I had this class, which was amazing.
Oh, yeah, we did come back from COVID.
Because we'd go to this cafe, and he had built a stage.
Whoa.
And what he would do in this class was show us how to set up speakers and set up mixing stations. You have a front of house, which is out in the crowd. If you've ever been to a concert, you see like a big old board, and one dude's like turning some knobs and stuff and pushing sliders and all that. That's the front of house. You also have a side stage. I forget the exact terminology for that board. Yeah. But what they do is they mix what the musicians are hearing. So.
Oh, okay. So you have one for the people and then one for the musicians?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You got the consumer and the artist separate on the channels that they are hearing back to each other.
Interesting.
You got stage monitors. I don't know if you've ever seen like somebody stand up on stage, they put their foot up on what looks like a black box. That's a speaker that's pointed towards them.
It's not cardboard. It's real.
It's not just stage props. Like those are big, expensive speakers that are pointed back at them. Sometimes they have inner monitors too. And we learn how to control all these boards, and essentially this was like the one thing that he instilled in us more than anything was how to follow the signal flow. Okay. That's from mic to line to interface to line to DAW or mixing board back out to whatever you're monitoring through via a line.
This whole
you follow this channel, you follow this river, and if there's ever any problems, the whole idea was that for live sound, you could figure out where that problem was as fast as possible,
Oh, cool.
which was cool.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
pretty sweet. Okay.
Studio recording. We got to be in the studios, and we did multi input recording. I can't remember what the classes were called, but we had one where we recorded a singular artist, and then there was another class where you recorded a whole band, and we literally had bands come in, and the whole class would be running around being little mic techs. This studio was packed, plus you had musicians, and the teachers just sitting back letting it all happen.
Yeah.
Because we'd have online seminars where he'd tell us about the stuff, and he'd be like, all right, everybody meet in the studio, mask up. Like,
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
everyone has a job,
Yeah.
and it's crowded, and you plug cables in, and you get ready, and here's how all the instruments are going to be set up in the room. Get those lines where they need to be, get the mics that we want where they need to be, isolate the drummer, do all this stuff, get and it was intense.
Yeah. Was it just like local bands, or was it anyone like actually big that like, because it's near Nashville, right? It's like 40 minutes from Nashville.
People trying to make it in Nashville, mostly.
Okay.
I don't even remember their name.
Well, it's been 4 or 5 years. So that's fair.
Yeah. If it was big, I think I would remember them, I think. But yeah, they were just a small time band. And then we got to record some of our own stuff, which was super fun.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Had some mixing classes where it was just here's all your stems, which are like all of the instruments separated out in the song, and it was mix that into a song that sounds good, like it needs to go and get published on Spotify or get ready for radio.
Yeah.
And we had to address all these minute little differences and frequencies to make it sound good. And it was kind of a subjective thing, which is why I hated getting graded on it. The way that we did get graded on it sometimes, but
I mean, I bet there is some sense of objectivity
Yes.
to it too.
Yeah.
Like it has to meet this threshold,
Exactly.
even though you subjectively think
Yes.
it's to that point.
yeah. So like, but
I
for
hear,
instance,
I hear what you're saying too.
yes, there were objective values that needed to be met. However, like one person may enjoy bass lines more than the other. There's a lot of people that listen to music just for the bass line.
There's some that don't even know there's a bass there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't even hear it, right? And everyone has different hearing too, so that's the other thing. But
What?
Huh? You say something?
You've been talking this whole
Yep. Well, would you look at that? That clip is already over, but it's okay. You don't have to be sad. You can watch a full podcast right there. Right there. Hey. Right there. Come on. Click it. Click it. Click it.